Welcome back to Extra O Marriage, where we're talking about how to have an extraordinary relationship. So last video we talked about cardio. We introduced that concept of cardio in our bodies, which is our heart that's pumping blood through our whole body, giving life, our lungs that are giving breath and life. Without those two things, we are dead. So, in correlating that to our relationship, we have relational cardio as well. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to have a strong, healthy marriage, and what are some things that we can do to promote that.
So the heart is really about love.
Right.
And in our society, especially, we've highlighted love. And so really it comes down to relationally then, relational cardio is about communicating love, being able to receive love and communicate
express love. Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Ayo ananishni. Ayo ananishni.
Salanghe.
Ayo ananishni.
Salanghe.
Ayo ananishni.
Salanghe.
I said ayo ananishni.
Salanghe.
Ayo ananishni.
Salanghe.
Ayo ananishni. You just will never get it. Why can't you get ayo ananishni?
I don't speak Navajo. Why can't you get Salanghe?
Because I don't speak Korean. Why don't you speak Navajo? That's what I speak. I'm just trying to tell you I love you. Ayo ananishni.
Salanghe is I love you in Korean.
But I don't speak Korean.
But I'm trying to tell you I love you.
But I don't speak your language. Why don't you hear me?
Because I don't speak your language.
Are you getting the point? Sometimes we are with genuine, authentic effort
good intention.
and good intention,
Mm-hmm.
trying to communicate and trying to speak and tell our partner that we love them. We do things, we say things, and I think that a lot of people really mean well.
Yeah.
They try hard and they do things to say I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it is so challenging to communicate love in a relationship?
So I think there's so many different ways of expressing it, so many different ways of feeling it. That's why we want to talk about the love languages.
Right.
There's a book by Gary Chapman called The 5 Love Languages. Many of you may have heard of it. It's been around for quite some time, over 20 years.
Yeah, it's been.
Yeah.
This is a long-standing.
Maybe 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been around a long time. It's tested and true.
Right. It's in many languages. That's funny. By the way, we apologize to any Koreans and Navajo out there for butchering your language.
Butchering your language.
Yeah.
Yeah, good call.
So there are 5 love languages that Dr. Chapman talks about, and we know what each other's love language is.
Right.
I know what mine are. I know what yours are. You know what yours are. You know what mine are.
Right.
And we work hard at speaking those languages.
Yeah. So I think our point is this, that sometimes we speak our language. If I spoke Navajo, I will try to communicate in the language that I know.
Mm-hmm. And
in a relationship, it becomes important then for me to be bivocational. Bilinguistic. Bilingual, bivocational. I don't want another job. It becomes important that I'm bilingual.
Yes.
That I know more than one language. I've got to learn your language. And I think that's one of the challenges that happens at the very beginning is we naturally speak our language.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go through the 5 love languages in a minute, but I think to set the stage is what's natural is for me to communicate my way of feeling loved.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I will speak, I will communicate love the way I tend to feel loved.
Right. And typically, as often the case, I think, your partner doesn't have the same primary love languages.
I would say more often than not, I've found that it's not shared.
Right, right. It may be somewhere, and again, like there are 5 love languages. You can have all 5. All 5 are important.
Yeah.
But we tend to have a primary language that we speak, and then maybe a close secondary.
Yeah.
But and then the other ones they fall off pretty quickly. But chances are your partner speaks a different language, primary language than you.
So what are the 5 love languages?
Well, there's words of affirmation.
Okay, and that is mine.
Your primary.
My primary love language is words of affirmation.
Yeah. And what is my primary?
Physical touch.
Yes.
Physical touch. So words of affirmation, I think for me, it's when you, like this last week, we performed a ceremony, an extraordinary marriage in a wedding in Phoenix this last Saturday. Shout out to Hector and Donna, incredible couple. Incredible couple. It was a great wedding. But you were very esteeming and affirming to me as I performed, not as I performed the ceremony, but afterwards. You gave me words of affirmation that made me feel like I did a good job. You built me up. You encouraged me. Oftentimes, especially over the last couple months with work and different stuff, you were very affirming to me about my efforts in providing for our family. And when things got tough and when things were difficult, you always had a word of affirmation to let me know that I was doing well. Mm-hmm. And that makes me feel loved because I hear you recognizing me and my value and what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Yours is physical touch.
Mm-hmm. So that's simple things like holding my hand, whether we're in public or not, but I love it when you hold my hand in public.
Why do you like it when I hold your hand in public? What does that say to you?
Because to me that says to the world that I'm yours and you've chosen me and you want to be with me and you like touching me, holding my hand. It's putting your arm around me. But the biggie is tickling my back. It's a little personal, but that is my number one thing that I love, and you know that, and you are awesome at it. You always do it longer than I think you should. I want you to, but I don't hope you don't feel like you have to. That's part of it, though. You don't feel like you have to. You do it because out of love.
Because I love you.
Right, and you know that I love that.
And it speaks to you. You hear me when I'm trying to communicate that I love you.
Yeah.
You hear I'm loved.
Yeah. And even just, we're driving home from Phoenix yesterday, and when I was driving, you'd reach over and just tickle my arm a little bit, or just put your hand on my arm, and I do the same when you're driving. There's physical contact there,
Well, and I know it means value. It means a lot to you because you'll pull up your sleeve. Don't just go here. Go all the way to here.
Because it's better up here. Yeah.
So physical touch is yours. So words of affirmation, my number one. Physical touch, your number one.
Yeah.
Then for me, acts of service.
Right.
Acts of service speak to me. When you, for the last year or so, you've been getting up early and fixing me breakfast. When your lifestyle, you really didn't have to get up. There was nothing that you had to get up for, except for you would get up for me, and you would fix me breakfast every single morning. 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, you're getting out of bed with me.
With a smile.
With a smile. And that just means the world to me. That communicates love. That says to me and that I'm loved. And when you do things, and when you just the acts of service around the house and different things that you do for me, that says I love you to me.
Good.
What's your second
Good.
one? So that's 3. So there's words of affirmation, physical touch, and acts of service.
Right. So the next one is quality time. And that doesn't just mean spending time together.
Right.
I think the qualifier is the word quality. And that really means having your undivided attention.
Yeah.
So it's about spending time together, excuse me, but it's the quality of that time. And so if we're just sitting in the same room doing totally unrelated separate things, and you're on your computer and I'm reading a book or watching TV or something, that's not what really that's not really what we're talking about. Even though that can be part of it, of just making an effort to be in the same room.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes along with the being present kind of thing. But what really speaks to me is when I know that I have your attention, whether that's in a conversation or whether that's in an activity that we're doing together. It's that it's just you and I.
Yeah.
And it's on purpose. It's intentional. That you are paying attention to me. I'm paying attention to you. We are connecting. And that really speaks volumes of love to me.
Yeah. So words of affirmation, acts of service, physical touch, quality time, and the 5th one is receiving gifts.
Right.
Now, even though neither one of us have that as a primary, we both like to receive gifts. And I think different people, it speaks to them because for me, and I think for you as well, we've talked about this, that when you receive a gift that I've put thought into, it's not just getting a gift. It's not like, oh man, I got a new ring, I got a new whatever, I just got a gift to get a gift. But it's the gift that says he was thinking about me or she was thinking about me. And they love me enough to put effort and time and thought into that gift. And that's what oftentimes communicates to the person. It's not as much what the gift was as much as it was what went into the gift.
Right.
The love went into the gift.
Right. Well, and I know I've known you a long time, and we've been together a long time, and I know that giving gifts is not just something that you do randomly. So when it does happen, it makes it more special.
Yeah.
And I know that you've done it for a reason, or you've done it, even if it's a birthday or Christmas or something, like an expected gift time.
Yeah.
It's not just, I know that you still put thought and effort into that.
Yeah.
So that means a lot to me. I've always enjoyed finding just the right thing for someone. I enjoy being, you're in a relationship, whether it's friendship or marriage or whatever, knowing that person well enough to know that that particular gift is going to mean something to them. That, I think, is the important part of giving gifts.
So love languages bring life and add strength. And I think the whole idea here is how to have a strong, healthy, growing relationship.
Right.
We're going to talk here in a minute. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to rekindle a dying relationship. When the flame's going out, how do you, what kind of cardio do you put back in there to add life and bring life back to that? And we'll talk about that in here in a minute. But the love languages are really this core concept of strengthening that heart. The love and communicating it in a way.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. It's about the connection. Because if you're speaking Navajo and I'm not understanding, and I'm speaking Korean and you're not understanding, there's no connection.
Right.
There's no communication other than escalating anger
and it's frustrating.
frustration because you're not getting it and I'm not getting it. And back and forth and back and forth. So if that's the kind of communicating you're doing in your relationship, your connection is broken.
Yeah.
So the love languages is a great way. It's a great starting point. It's not the be all end all answer to love, to everything, but it's a very important part of strengthening your relationship.
Yeah. So I think we would encourage folks to, if you've not read the book, pick up Gary Chapman's book, The 5 Love Languages. There'll be a link to it in our notes and on our website under resources. You can purchase it there. It'll link you right to Amazon from our website, and you can pick that up there. So read The 5 Love Languages, but become a student. I think this whole exercise, the value of this exercise, isn't so that you know what your love language is. You already know what communicates to you. But to become a student of your spouse, to become a student of your partner in such a way that you want to know, really want to know. Because even though we say words of affirmation, that might look different for this person than it does for me. My love language is words of affirmation, but how I hear and what kind of words, and we're all different.
Yeah.
And so we want to encourage you to become a student of your spouse and discover and learn who they are and what makes them tick and what makes them feel loved. And discover that. Read the book, learn their love language, and then
start speaking it.
Start speaking
Use it.
Practice.
Yes.
Practice exercising that muscle. Well, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We're talking about doing a workout. We're talking about going for a run. Go for a love language run. And all week this week, be intentional about speaking that language. If you know that their love language is physical touch, make it an intentional effort this week to walk up, put your arm around, tickle their arm, do something.
Massage,
that
maybe it's your thing. Maybe it's a back rub that you're craving.
Yeah.
And that would be a great place to start.
Yeah. But discover what it is, but this week be intentional. And find ways and make it a goal maybe that every single day this week you're going to do something intentional to speak their love language on purpose, and then watch for the response.
Watch them light up.
Watch for the response.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll do something and you'll go, well, guess that's not it.
Yeah.
Keep trying. Try different things. Try new things. But speak their language. This next video, stay tuned. Click on over to our next video. We're going to talk about rekindling a dying relationship. And this one, I'm kind of excited about this whole idea of taking a promise that we made at our wedding to cherish one another. And we're going to unpack that a little bit and give you an exercise to do that will bring life, bring the flame back in a relationship that is kind of dying. So we love you. We're glad you're here. Go and love on purpose and live intentionally and make it an extra kind of day.
Thank you for joining us today.
Check out our website with resources to help grow your relationship at extramarriage.com.
That's xtraomarriage.com. Like our Facebook page and share our content with your friends on social media.
Make a decide and set your intention for an extraordinary marriage. Start today.